Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Pahrump Early Learning Academy, where we are more than just childcare.
Hi, I'm Monique Mitchell with KPVM Television. My children attend Pella and they love it. The curriculum they have is pretty amazing, and my children learn what they need at their level.
Not only are the children learning, they're having fun, and that's what matters.
I like Pella. They help you with your homework, and it's fun.
Give us a call today to tour our facility at 751-5335.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget.
Tonight on News 46, Focus Properties responds to overwatering allegations. One person is airlifted following an accident, and Spring Mountain Motorsports is expanding. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Thursday, January 8th, 2015. I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46. Well, a head-on collision involving 3 vehicles occurred last night on Highway 160 and Calvada Boulevard.
This accident report is brought to you by Half Price Lawyers, located on the corner of Basin and 160. Call 775-400-0000.
A 3-vehicle accident occurred on Highway 160 and Calvada Boulevard last night. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, Nye County Sheriff's deputies, and Nevada Highway Patrol all arrived on scene to find all the vehicles sustained major damage. One person was knocked unconscious and subsequently airlifted via Mercy Air to UMC Trauma Center in Las Vegas. All other occupants self-extricated and declined to be transported to local medical facilities. Nevada Highway Patrol blocked traffic with help of Nye County Sheriff's deputies, while Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue tended to the victims. Nevada Highway Patrol is conducting the accident investigation. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, we just went way back in time, back into 2014. As you all know, it is 2015. Well, 27-year-old Kevin Armstrong has been arrested locally and charged with battery, domestic violence, and strangulation. Nye County Sheriff's deputies responded to Patty's Pub, which is a bar on Pahrump Valley Boulevard, for a reported fight involving 10 to 15 people. Police broke up the incident, but were shortly dispatched to a home on Ironton Street for the same people fighting. According to police, Kevin Armstrong reportedly became verbally aggressive and failed to comply with deputies' commands. Before deputies arrived, witnesses reported that Armstrong reportedly became angry with his girlfriend, put his hands around her neck, lifted her up from the floor, and slammed her into the wall, which started a fight inside the home. Armstrong was transported to Nye County Detention Center. And a man by the name of William Rainey was arrested for domestic battery and attempted arson after deputies responded to a home on Ellendale Road regarding a domestic battery. The female victim said Rainey was yelling at her, pushed her, and said, "I'm going to burn the house," shortly after which he lit the living room curtains on fire. Deputies took note of the incident, which included burnt draperies and a scorched wall. Rainey was subsequently arrested and transported. Well, the Focus Property Group sent a response to the allegations concerning the possibility of overwatering on the property located on South Homestead Road.
According to the statement sent to KPVM-TV, it reads that B-PWR LLC owns the 200-plus acre parcel at the northwest corner of South Homestead Road and East Bond Street. Farming operations on the property recommenced last September after ceasing in 2009. Focus Property Group entities and personnel provide management services to B-PWR LLC. That same entity owns sufficient irrigation water rights and the well located on a separate B-PWR LLC owned parcel at the southwest corner of South Homestead Road and East Thorne Drive. Farming on the property has occurred intermittently since shortly after the well was installed in 1964, prior to any significant residential development in the area. After farming operations ceased in 2009, efforts began on behalf of B-PWR LLC to locate a farmer with the means and the desire to farm the property. The farmer is currently growing a winter hardy crop that can be successfully and profitably grown in cold weather. According to the farmer, water is being applied to the crops only as necessary and within the duty allowable under the water rights permits. As can be expected with such farming operations, irrigation system leaks and other malfunctions inevitably occur and are repaired by the farmer as soon as possible. Both B-PWR LLC and the farmer understand the concerns expressed by some neighbors and will continue to make every effort to be a good neighbor while respecting the property rights of all and within the expectations of equal consideration. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Well, if you've been following the story of the overwatering on the south side of town, you're going to want to keep it here because we're going to have more for you on this story right after this break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, News 46 received an email today responding to the allegations from property owners on the south side of town regarding their wells.
I went to the private well owners co-op over at the Moose Lodge. Most of the information that was talked about over there was concerning some of the new and upcoming possible water law changes and or such as the addition of meters to domestic wells. Well, there was talk about how it could be it's a critical concern right now here because we are at low levels and we've all known we're in drought for many years.
You had your well measured recently by who?
A guy named Greg Dan, and he's on the Nye County Water District Governing Board in Basin 162 Groundwater Management Plan Advisory Committee. It's kind of long.
What type of results did he get from yours and some other wells in your area, right?
My well, since it was first installed in 1998, it went down approximately 50 feet. And right now we're sitting at 137 according to the state measurement, which was done today by Steve Martinez with the Nevada Division of Water Resources office out of Las Vegas.
So the crop doesn't appear to be yielding very much from this watering that's going on. They also commented that they've had some malfunctions with some of their equipment.
As far as malfunctions, they have leaks all the time and missing sprinkler heads, if you call that a malfunction or a break. I don't know what to say about that, but I've visually seen it myself and I have video of it and pictures. Mm-hmm. The heads are just not there, and the fountains of water are 60 feet tall. Water everywhere for days.
You said that the well that is on Thorne and Homestead Road is 500 feet for this commercial well?
The county measurements on it are 500 feet deep, yes.
You've been contacted recently by Senator Pete Gokachia, Assemblyman James Oscarson, Commissioner Dan Chinhoffen. Has that yielded any results?
I personally spoke with Pete Gokachia. James Oscarson just put me in touch with him. I really never spoken with him other than him putting us through to each other. But other than that, yeah, Pete was very friendly. He said I can call him anytime, and he's a cattle rancher up in middle Nevada, and he's in charge of this district apparently. And but his information was that he was going to call Jason King over at the Nevada Division of Water Resources. He's a state engineer, I guess, and have a talk with him and find out what's going on. And then 5 minutes later, he called me back and said he talked to Jason King just then, and he said they sent people out, and that there is action going on from the state of Nevada, which we are very thankful of.
Well, an inmate's complaint about Nevada prison food has the state Supreme Court ordering officials to conduct an investigation of the food given to nearly 12,800 inmates. A unanimous ruling by a 3-judge panel intends to find out if the food is healthy. The court says the overseeing doctor has failed to provide required documentation to the Board of Prison Commissioners. The judges are instructing Dr. Green to comply with state law and report twice a year on the nutritional adequacy of the prison diet. And Nevada's Department of Motor Vehicles has taken steps to make temporary vehicle tags more secure and less vulnerable to fraud. The new tags can be quickly verified by law enforcement and has both overt and covert security features that will make it harder to counterfeit or tamper with these tags. The new temporary tag system provides for the following: on-demand local printing of temporary vehicle tags, an authenticable security seal that is uniquely serialized, centralized repository for temporary tag issuance and expiration, provides a unique identifier for DMV and dealer use. Well, the Spring Mountain Motorsports has celebrated their 10-year anniversary. They have added many features to the track and are inviting the public to come see what's new.
Here at Spring Mountain, we've just celebrated our 10th anniversary. It's been 10 years since the owners, John Morris, Brad Rambo, purchased the facility. And when they purchased it, there was really nothing here. There's a couple of the white tents were here and a 2.2-mile course. Since then, they've developed really a world-class facility. And we've introduced the country club. The driving schools are increasing in size, and lakes going in. We're getting ready for a hotel, car track. So a lot of things are going on.
Expanding a lot. Let's talk about, first of all, the driving school. What is the driving school?
Well, we have 3 different driving schools. We are the official driving school for Corvette. We're also the official driving school for Cadillac. See the Corvettes in the background. We run about 80 to 100 students per week that come in from all over the country to here to Pahrump and go through an extensive 2 or 3 day program with us.
And why is that, that people come to Pahrump? What is so special about Spring Mountain that is not available anywhere else?
Well, I think it's the relationships that we have with Chevrolet and Michelin tires, and we've been able to create a facility in an area it's unique for Las Vegas. Las Vegas is a big draw for us, and it's nice and quiet. It's quaint here. People, when the students come to Pahrump, they get to experience the small town, the Old West. At the same time, they're at a world-class facility. So for them, it's just a whole round experience is a wonderful thing for them.
Why do people need a driving school for a Corvette?
Well, when you look at the capabilities of the Corvette, the new 2014, 2015 Stingray, the capabilities of that car are so high. You're well exceeding 400 horsepower. The capabilities of the car are to the point where they exceed most drivers. So as cars evolve and technology is evolving, but the drivers aren't. So our point here is to be able to take those drivers and have them understand what the car is capable of doing.
And so are these cars for racing or are they for everyday use?
They're actually everyday use. The cars that you see here on the track, all the Corvettes are 100% stock, exactly what you get out of the Pahrump Valley Auto Mall.
And these Stingrays especially, you have brought in dealers and then some of the owners of the new cars that they've purchased are here.
Yeah, that's correct. Chevrolet had an incentive program for the dealers. One thing they wanted to do when this new car came out was educate every single dealer that was going to sell this car. So we had over 3,000 dealers across the country that had to come here and spend 2 days with us to get educated on what the capabilities of the car are. With the conclusion of that, then Chevrolet also introduced an incentive for the owners. If you purchase a car, they want you to experience the same thing. So they have an incentive program with the purchase of every car to come out here and to learn the capabilities of the car and have fun with it.
Today, January 8th, marks what would have been Elvis Presley's 80th birthday. And to commemorate the king, Legacy Recordings have planned a year-long celebration of Presley's music for modern-day Elvis fans. First up, the complete 60s album collection, Volume 1, has been released onto iTunes. The set highlights all the LPs Presley's recorded between 1960 and 1965 with newly mastered captured sound for the digital medium. We dedicate this story to Norma at Desert View Hospital. And folks, don't go anywhere because Courtney is going to have all your exciting sports news right after these messages.
Weekend Sports is brought to you by Wolfenstein Construction. The Pahrump basketball games against Cheyenne High School on Tuesday unfortunately did not fall in Pahrump's favor. The PVHS boys basketball team came the closest they have all season to winning a game, losing to Cheyenne 64-50. Pahrump outscored Cheyenne by 10 points in the fourth quarter. Despite Cheyenne's completely full bench of 12 compared to Pahrump's 8, not to mention Cheyenne's players had height and mass on all of the Pahrump players, the Trojans played hard and scored more points in a single game than they have all season. The PVHS girls basketball game was closer than the final score indicated. After 3 quarters, Cheyenne was only ahead by 2. A lot of missed layups and opportunities by both teams kept it a low-scoring game. The first quarter ended tied with only 2 points by each team. In the fourth quarter, Pahrump broke Cheyenne's full-court press well, but missed layups, bad turnovers in the fourth quarter, and a 16% free throw percentage hurt the Trojans in the end. The final score was Cheyenne 37, Pahrump 29. Both teams travel to Western High School tonight. Pahrump wrestling remains pretty dominant in the conference as they defeated Cheyenne High School yesterday. Cheyenne had 7 forfeits in the match, and only 2 of the remaining weight classes went to decision. Cheyenne scored 22 points, winning the 120, 152, and 160-pound weight classes. With the forfeits and Jeremy Coates and Sam Tushnik for Pahrump pinning their opponents, Pahrump soundly won the match 57-22. The next wrestling match will be at Pahrump Valley High School against Faith Lutheran next Tuesday at 6 p.m. This has been Weekend Sports. I'm Courtney Solman with News 46.
Thank you, Courtney. Well, there is a lecture Saturday afternoon at the Pahrump Valley Historical Museum. Phil Huff gives us all the info.
Hi, Phil Huff from the Pahrump Valley Museum. I want to invite you to the first lecture of our 2015 lecture series at the museum, and our first lecture this January on the 10th of January, that's Saturday, will be Dr. Robert McCracken. You probably know the name very well. He's recently run a series on the brothels in Nye County, and he'll be there to talk about that, I'm sure. But he also wants to talk about some of the other books that he's published, and he'll be lecturing, and he'll also be happy to sign the books if you'd like to buy one of his famous books. So be there on Saturday the 10th at the museum. It starts at 1 o'clock. It doesn't cost anything. Admission is free. If you have any questions, call Marilyn at 751-1970. We'll see you on Saturday.
Well, the Clark County Clerk's Marriage License Bureau in Las Vegas issued the 100th marriage license to a same-sex couple today. Since October 9th, the Marriage License Bureau has issued almost 19,500 marriage licenses, including the 1,000th to the same-sex couples. The Marriage License Bureau typically issues more than 80,000 marriage licenses annually. And when we return, we'll have your weather with Noah Began.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Thursday, January 8th. Today we had sunny skies with a high of 69 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 57 degrees. So it's a little warmer around this time of year, which is always a plus. Winds were coming from the west-southwest today at 2 miles per hour with gusts up to 6 miles per hour. The UV index today was 2, which is low. Humidity was at 34% today. Sunrise was at 6:56 this morning, and the record high in 1962 was 74 degrees. Well, tonight we'll have clear skies with a low of 38 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 39 degrees. Winds will be coming from the north at 2 miles per hour with gusts up to 4 miles per hour this evening. Humidity will be at 64%. Sunset was at 4:46 this evening, and the record low in 1937 was 19 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 67 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southwest at 4 miles per hour with gusts up to 6 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 42%. Sun will be at 656 tomorrow morning, and the UV index will be 3, which is low. For our 7-day forecast, we'll be starting off with some partly cloudy skies, though it looks like we might be seeing some rain on Sunday. After that, on Monday, we should be having partly cloudy skies, and then those clouds should be clearing up. We can be expecting sunny skies mid-next week. Your high temperatures will be starting off in the high 60s. They'll be dropping down into the high 50s around Sunday with that storm coming in, and then they'll be going back up into the low 60s mid-next week. Then your low temperatures will be starting off in the high 30s, gradually dropping down into the low 30s mid-next week.
Well, thank you very much, Noah. Well, that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Monique Mitchell, and from everyone up here at News 46, we wish our viewers and KACE 95.9 listeners a great evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow. Until then, good night.